Hey, this is Andy Henriquez, and this week's message is define the moment. See, here's what I know. When you go through this thing called life, it is guaranteed that life's going to hand over to you a series of life-defining moments. Now, I don't know what it may be for you. Maybe it's that moment where you've been working with that company for 5, 10 years, and they come in there and say, listen, we no longer need your services. Maybe it's that moment where you've lived in your home for 10, 15 years, and you get that knock on the front door, and you get served those papers saying that your house is going into foreclosure. Maybe it's that moment where you have that loved one, that special someone, you've been with them now for 5, 10, 15 years, and they walk into the room and they look you right in the eye and they say, listen, I don't know if I can do this anymore. Or maybe it's that moment where things turn around and you find yourself under some serious financial pressure. There is going to be a defining moment, but here's the thing, and here's what Kevin Costner said years ago in one of his movies, and I love it, and I want you to write this down. He said, when the defining moment comes, either you define the moment or the moment defines you. I'm going to say that one more time because I need you to hear this. He said, when the defining moment comes, either you define the moment or the moment defines you. I have a friend of mine, his name is Dennis, and let me tell you, he had to face one of these life-defining moments. All of Dennis's life, he used his hands, his physical health in order to provide for his family. He was a contractor on construction sites, Monday through Friday, working on homes, building homes, working for developers and investors, and then one Saturday, him and his wife get on the motorcycle like they've done so many times before. And as he's making a turn around the intersection, a car runs the intersection and bam, T-bones him and his wife's motorcycle right there on the side. Both him and his wife wake up in the motorcycle, and Dennis went through excruciating pain, about 14 to 15 surgeries. And by the end of the 15th surgery, the doctors determined that, hey, Dennis, we're gonna have to cut off your leg. And so as Dennis laid down in that hospital bed, he was facing a defining moment. Here's a man who all his life has used his physical strength, his physical abilities to be able to provide for his family. And here's what was happening now. His life would never be the same again. He would no longer be able to go on that construction site Monday through Friday. And so he had to make a decision because now he's facing a defining moment. And so here's what happens. When you find yourself in that defining moment, only one of two things can happen. Either you can choose to become bitter or you can choose to become better. And you see, as Dennis was laying in that hospital bed, he had a lot of time to think. And he made a decision, and his decision was this, that I'm not going to allow this moment to define me. I'm going to define this moment. I'm going to reinvent myself. I'm going to find a way to start making income using my mind instead of my body. And he went from being an everyday contractor to now becoming a developer, to becoming an investor. And today, this guy literally builds multi-million-dollar homes. And how did he do it? He defined the moment. And so here's what I say to you. I don't know what you're facing right now. Maybe you're in the middle of a defining moment, but here's what I know, that Kevin Costner, he had something special when he dropped this line. And I'm going to say it to you again, because there's a decision for you to make. And here's what I say to you. When the defining moment comes, either you define the moment or the moment defines you.